Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's another week. It's the Bar League Hockey here. Week number 2 of season 9. And we've got your recap. That's right. The scores, the stats, the leaders, and all that right here on the broadcast here. It's a different day. It's Saturday, but we don't care. We're on here. We promise you guys a show this week. And welcome. Welcome, everybody. My name is Mr. Hollywood, and you're watching the recap here of Bar League Hockey. And guess what? I'm here with my partner, my co-host. You've seen him last week. He's back at it here again. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big D. Big D, Saturday night here, 10 p.m. Eastern. How the hell are you doing over there?
I am doing fantastic. This week was a fun week. We had a lot of good games. We had a lot of good free agent signings. We had a little bit of rumors and some trade rumors and some, drama in the locker room. It's going to be a good week, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
That's right, and we're going to bring it to you guys here, the rumors and all that. We're not going to skip anything here. You're going to see it here live on this Saturday night. And on top of that, Big D, if that wasn't enough, man, if that wasn't enough to get you guys pumped, get you guys hyped up here tonight, we promised you a special guest here, an interview with none other than Hoagie. Hoagie, welcome to the program, and how are you doing here on this Saturday night?
Gentlemen, it's great to be here. Big D, always a pleasure. Mr. Hollywood, looking great as always. Guys, it's week 2, and I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here on the show, on the recap show.
Hoagie,
now we're gonna break it out right away, and I'm gonna bring you some breaking news live from headquarters.
Wow.
Yeah, we got some potential breaking news. So in between, after the final regular season, week 7, and right before the playoffs, Bar League's going to have an All-Star game this year.
Wow.
It's just breaking news today. League management has talked over it, and we've come up with the solution, and we have the idea in place, and it's going to happen. So basically, what's going to happen is that each team management will be picking 3 players from their team. So you're going to have each team management's going to nominate 1 forward, 1 defense, and 1 goalie. And then the best goalies, stat-wise, according to MSO, will be the captains for the 2 teams and players based off their positions.
Wow.
Interesting.
What a bombshell here. Hoagie, bring it to us here. I didn't even know about this. I'm hearing it right now just as you guys are. Big D, we got to get this guy on this show more often, man, if he's going to be dropping bombs like this. I mean, wow. and you know what, Hoagie, I'm always thinking ahead here, man. You're doing the All-Star game. You know what you guys got to do? You guys got to get jingles. You got to get greatness, and you got to get some commentary on that All-Star game, man.
Yes, sir. We will bring it to you guys live. We will make sure to have the good old Sports Center crew in there and getting the best coverage.
Yeah,
all right, so let me ask you this: like, can we dive into this? So, like, what are we going to be doing here? Is this going to be 6s, or are we going to be doing 4s, or how's this going to work?
It's going to be 6s. Two
Okay.
teams. Well, 2 teams of 6s of 2 teams. 2 goalies are going to pick their teams based off position, and then of course you're going to have the All-Star reserves as well, based off of if people can't make it. That's all the info I have right now. I'm sure more info will be released as the season goes along. But that was the news that I was given tonight to announce on this podcast.
Hey, that's more info than me and Big D even knew about it. I mean, we're hearing it live here on the broadcast. I mean, that's great. That's great stuff, Hoagie. You know what I mean? A little bit extra for the league, for the players. I'm sure the players will like it. You know what I mean? Players love to see their names, them being on the leaderboards, and them being in the All-Star game. And listen, you're being featured live on the stream. I mean, how can you not like that? So that's awesome, man. Shout out to Jackson White in the chat there too, man. Yeah, man. Definitely breaking news. Sorry, Big D. Go ahead, man.
I think that's pretty cool because of the fact that we did a World Cup a couple seasons ago, and it was a lot of fun. I know that with an All-Star game, on the lines and your stats are on the line, I think that's encouraging for people to play more, and it also helps people want to. I don't want to say it. They keep on the stat sheet, see whether or not they're high enough, and whether the GMs are going to pick them up or not. I think it's cool. I think it's encouraging for the league, and I think it's great.
Hey, listen, anything extra is a plus, you know what I mean? And listen, because sometimes you could be on those not so well teams, man. Maybe you can't make the playoffs here, but you can make this All-Star game, man. You know, you stand out as, you know, a performer. Let's say you're doing your thing out on the ice, whether it's in net, whether it's putting points on the board, or whether it's just playing defense, you know? And so this allows these players to get noticed and to be in that. And it's great also for owners for next season, because, you know, you kind of see what the top talent is, and you see this top talent put in this place. I mean, it might be better than the finals, you know what I mean? You get these high class guys in there, and I'm sure the action, the games are going to be phenomenal, man. So season 9 Bar League hockey, you know, stepping up here, All-Star game, I'm all for it.
Bragging rights too. I think that's kind of cool too.
All right, so Hoagie, man, we got you on here. You know, we love that you give us this announcement here, this you know, thing for the season. But me and Big D here, man, we got some questions here for you. I mean, you sound very confident on this show, and why not, man? I mean, look at the numbers so far that this man is putting. You know, you take a look at the frontline Ice Hogs. Number one, I love the team name. Whoever came up with that was great. But Hoagie, man, I mean, you're tearing it up. Week 1, you had a phenomenal week. And then here, week 2, you guys right now standing at second place. 11 games played, 7-3-1, 15 points. You guys are only 2 points behind. But Hoagie, man, as far as your team, you got the most points. You got the most goals on this team, man. What's the secret? And, you know, and do you foresee yourself continuing this this outstanding performance?
Well, I mean, I got to give credit to all my teammates as well. I mean, we've all been playing pretty well together over the past 2 weeks. But it's like what Big D said on recap week 1 last week. I draft, I guess, players around me to help build a system, to help, you know, perform better. If I get better players around me, I'll perform better. And so far, it's, you know, it seems to be working. I mean, C. Webby, we picked him in the second round, and so far he's been performing great. Fortified is a guy that came out of nowhere that I didn't even know about, and you know, now he's performing great as well. And I mean, a great talent on the team. I mean, Officer Snipe, as you guys know. We haven't seen him in goalie much this year, but he's played some defense and played some forward. So, I mean, he's been a utility player this year. Patriots as well, been playing some defense and forward, and, you know, he's killing it as well when he's in. And Donnie and Chapapi have been killing it on the blue line this year. I mean, they're like a 1-2 package back there. And, you know, if you put them together, they've been shutting teams down. I mean, we've been in close battles. We've lost some, we've won some, but, you know, it's just a matter of keeping the confidence up and keeping the team chemistry up and keeping it going for the season.
Well, so far, man, you guys been doing just that on here, you know. Hoagie, I gotta ask you, you know, you've had tremendous seasons like this, man. You've had solid seasons on there. But then sometimes comes the playoff time, it's a quick exit on here. Do you see that on here, or is this a different season? Is this the season, Hoagie, man? Do you feel confident enough, man? You know what I mean? It's not about the numbers, you know, it's about, you know, getting to the playoffs and making it past the playoffs. Or is there a Hoagie curse?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a Hoagie curse. I mean, I've gotten to the finals a couple of times, but other than that, it's just, I don't know. It's just maybe it is playoffs and things can get intense. I know it's a video game, but it's still in your head. You know, it's playoffs, and I don't know. Sometimes mistakes happen, I guess. Unfortunately.
So
I got one more question, and Big D, I'm going to get
Okay,
you.
go
I
ahead.
know Big D's got a bunch of questions there for you, Hoagie, as well. You mentioned about the draft, man. You mentioned about selection on here. Now, the team that you drafted is this what you were set on here, or did you have to change your draft? Did you select the best guys? Because I see a lot of rookies. I see a lot of new guys on here. Do you know a lot of these guys? A lot of people don't like to take chances on this. It's either it doesn't work out or you roll the dice. Here, you definitely roll the dice on here. So what is it, Hoagie? Like, were you set? Did you do a lot of scouting with this on here, or did you just go select and try to pick the best guy that was on the draft at time, or is this what you were set on when you were heading into the draft?
So I didn't really get much scouting done. My AGM officer Snipe did get a couple scouting games in, but to be honest with you, I didn't draft this team. My AGM officer sniped it because every season I run the draft. I help with league management and help run the draft. So I got my AGM officer snipe the draft the team this year. Yes, we did talk over about a couple of picks, but essentially he picked the team, and I trusted him with what he did, and so far it's paying off.
Okay.
Okay, so being that I actually had a question in here that was, what is your process in drafting? But you obviously
Beat you to it.
answered that. So what was your decision in bringing in Sniper versus last season you had TJ, and TJ is now with, I believe, Chad over in Scrub City. So what was your process of bringing him in, and why?
I don't know. I've never actually managed with Snipe. I mean, I've played with Snipes over the years, and he's a pretty great guy and a pretty cool dude. And I don't know. Like, I just asked him, and he said he would. And I'm doing most of the main responsibility stuff, but he made a big role in drafting the team. And TJ helped me in earlier seasons. When I was the Highlanders, and there was talks
right.
that. Well, yeah, TJ helped me out, and TJ actually stepped in a big role last season because the last two seasons I've had AGMs who have stepped away because of work and stuff like that. So TJ stepped up in a big role last season, and we made some key trades to get into the playoff run to get to the finals against the Shrimps. Well, not the Shrimps, but the Alcoholigans Shrimps team. And he talked about TJ, talked to me about going with Chad, and we just went our separate ways this season, and it's working out for both of us right now. TJ wanted to go with his family member and his great buddy, so I'm fine with it, and he can do what he's having fun with Chad this year. So
yeah. So even though it's been 2 weeks in here, who do you think the best player in the league is, either on your team or in bar?
Oh, there's a lot of great players in bar. I mean, I'm not a highly skilled player, but I mean,
You got to lead your team in scoring.
Well, that is true. I can't call myself the best player in the league. There's many more great players in the league. I'd say like a lot of players on Scrub City I consider a good player, like best player, like Barrow and Geezer when they play. I mean, they just tear up the ice when they're together. So it's hard to beat a line like that when they're out there together. Like Barrow and Geezer, like I consider them top players in the league when they're on the ice.
Okay, so we are going to get more into this later, but now that you're on here, I'm going to ask you.
Hey, Big D.
So,
Big D, just quickly in the chat, man. Chad, I wanted to let's be honest. It's because he took TJ as the AGM first. All right, go ahead, man.
Okay, well that makes sense. But anyway, so I'm actually not reading the chat. I'm just looking at me. So we're gonna get it more into this because of free agent signings. But before the free agents, we were gonna do the show yesterday. So I was gonna ask you, did you plan on signing Bobby Rash? And being that you did, what do you think he's going to bring to your team, and what made him decide to come back? Because if you remember, he was here a couple seasons ago, and I think you and him were battling me for the points in the league, and he's a good player. So like, I was just wondering what he decided to come back and what he means to your team.
Well, I guess Bobby Rash came back because he got a new gen console. So he signed up as soon as he got the new gen console, and I mean, there were a lot of great players in FA this week, but I decided to go with Bobby because I'd played with Bobby back in seasons 2 and 3 when we were the Ghetto Blasters, and it's just one of those guys that you click with as soon as you get on the ice, and that's Bobby with me. Like, and even when Pickles was in the league, me, Bobby, and Pickles were a great line together. I mean, we had some great games. We didn't have some great games, but overall, it was pretty successful seasons with Bobby. So bringing him back can be a huge asset to the chemistry of the team, and he should fit in great with the forwards that we have already.
Okay, so for my last questions, I have a couple questions here.
Okay.
One, give the viewers, where are you from?
Oh, no.
Who is your favorite player from that area? Because we know there's some great players in that area.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite all-time sandwich? Since you're the hoagie, what is your favorite sandwich?
I want to hear this.
So, well, I'm from Halifax. Well, outside of Halifax, but obviously Halifax. Okay. So Halifax, Nova Scotia, of course. So I'm like, way far on the East Coast.
Nice, man.
So we have three magnificent players from the area. Of course, Sid the Kid. Nathan McKinnon, and we all know the Rat, Batman Sean. And unfortunately, it's just the same around here. Not very many people like him. A, because he's on the Bruins, and B, because he's the biggest rat in the league. And
I agree with that.
Yeah. So my favorite player, of course, is Sid the Kid. Sidney Crosby.
My man.
Sidney Crosby was, I watched him growing up, and I'm a Habs fan now, but I was a Habs fan and a Pens fan when I was younger because of Crosby. So it was tough, but it's Sid the Kid that will always be my favorite player. But McKinnon's in a close second right now just because of what he's been doing with Colorado. I got to watch him play junior hockey with the Mooseheads, and he was just phenomenal in Halifax. And, it's just he brought the cup back in the summer, and there was a lot of support behind him for what he's done. So
sweet.
And my favorite sandwich.
Oh yeah.
It's just a good old classic ham and cheese on brand. So
okay, there you go.
Okay, that's good. Hey, listen,
it's easy to go.
I mean, Halifax, that's crazy because I know a couple guys from Halifax, but in other leagues, man. So that's crazy that you're on the area. The chat's popping on here right now. Big D, Carrot in there. He says, "Can Big D read the chat so I can annoy the crap out of him?"
Shut up, bitch.
A lot of Ice Hogs fans on there as well. So shout out to everybody there. But okay, I thought it's gonna be some kind of hoagie, no?
We don't have hoagies up here.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Not even like Subway?
Well, we have Subway, and we have a couple of sub shops, but like my go-to sandwich at Subway, you don't want to hear. It's kind of an odd combo, and it might gross out the fans. So,
Hoagie, I got one final question here for you, man. Looking at the other teams, man, who do you think is gonna give you guys the most trouble this season? Who gives you guys problems, man? Out of the other teams listed on here, who do you think is the toughest opponent for you guys?
Well, I can't say just one because there's a lot of great teams in the league this year. I don't know. We've had great battles so far with Scrub City and Riverhawks. We haven't played Magles much yet because we had a reschedule with them, but the first game they absolutely pumped us. But I'm hoping for better results as the season goes because they are also a great team with what Maggle did this season. Even though they're all playing out of position, they still, can do. They still can play great hockey, and they're going to be a big test this season too. I find. So there's a lot of good teams that have a chance to go all the way this year. So it's going to be a battle.
Okay. All right. Well, Hoagie, you're welcome to stay on here with us as well. You've been a tremendous guest. A lot of guys in the chat there loving the responses here as well. I'll try to shout out those here in a while. But we're going to go to the program here, man. Last week, me and Big D looked at the teams after week 1. Now we look at week number 2. And Big D, we were on point, man, on here because I'm looking at here. Not much has changed. Scrub City still the number 1. Oldies and Warriors still struggling there on the bottom. And then we got that middle pack on here. You got the Ice Hogs, River Hawks, and the Magos. But Ice Hogs do have one less game played. Right now they're only 2 points behind Scrub City. But Big D, would you change your rankings at this point, man? I mean, I had the Ice Hogs as number 1. I had Scrub City right below them. But right now they're neck and neck on here. Are those the two top teams here, or do you think Riverhawks and Magos will finish above them?
I don't really know, because if you actually look at the standings, it's really, really competitive, except for the last game. We just suck. But I mean, you got 17, 15 points, 15 points, 14 points, and 10 points. I mean, that's as competitive as you can get. For me, I think Ice Hogs and I think frontline Ice Hogs, Riverhawks, and Magos are going to be your top 3 teams. That's just my opinion. At the end of the season, you got guys coming in, you got free agencies, you got random assignments coming in. I just feel like they're going to be the top teams to beat. They're going to be up there. And the Warriors, man, they're just in shambles right now. They're getting no help from anywhere. They're not signing anybody. They're not getting any help in RAs. Kind of feel bad for them.
So wait just a second, man, on here, because I know in the chat after the program last week, there was a lot of guys heated on this Scrub City team. So are you saying the Scrub City is going to fall down? I mean, you mentioned the Ice Hogs, you mentioned the Riverhawks, and the Magos. So do you see Scrub City dropping down as the season goes by?
The only reason why I do is because Geezer needs to play more games. Like, he's only got 3. It's been 2 weeks. So a total of, I don't even know how many, 12 games or something. He's only played 3. Now, if he continues to play more games, I mean, they're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be really tough to beat. But he needs to play more games, and he needs to be up there with Barrow and Hammer and all those. And now, granted, Jay Whips, he's been playing great, but he also plays LG. Geezer plays LG, so it's just a matter of the commitment to keep playing. So if Geezer can keep playing, I still see them being a higher team. But if he doesn't, I think the other teams are going to catch him.
Okay. You guys hear it, man. This man right here, if you're on that Scrub City team, let them know. Prove them wrong on here that you guys are talented. Hey, after week 1, now after week 2, they're still number 1. How long will they remain number 1 is the question. How many weeks are there in the Bar League, man?
7. We have a 7-week season.
Okay. So we're getting there. It's moving fast. It's moving along here. Week 2 already down in the books, and we're going to get to topics. Big D, should we go to our stars, top performers of the week, or what, man?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I have here
Hoagie,
is
man,
actually,
you could chime in on this.
But
Don't just name guys off your team, man. Be no, I'm kidding. Well, go ahead, Big D.
So my 3 stars of the week, I actually have like 5 of them written down here, but I'm gonna say some nominal mentions or honorable mentions or whatever. So for number 3, I got Pockets, who plays for the Riverhawks. He's played 2 games. He's got 7 goals and 3 assists for 10 points. Number 2, I have Chaos Mouth. He's got 5 games played, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. And believe it or not, the team that I just said that they're not going to be a top, I got Jay Whips at number 1, 4 games played, 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 points. And another honorable mention.
Wow. I mean,
I got Mago at 4 games played, 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 points. So those are my 3 stars of the week.
That Jay Whip stat was tremendous. I mean, just 4 games played, 15 points for the guy. And reason why I think Scrub City is still up there on there, they're going to need Jay Whip's performance like this, Big D, if they're going to remain there number 1. We'll see if that continues. But he put up the numbers, so you can't doubt the man. He's putting up the numbers. They've made some changes on there, and so far it's been working good for him. So shout out to him. And what about this man, Little 93, also part of that Scrub City team, also with only 4 games played, 13 points, tremendous performance there for Little 93. I'll give him a quick shout out.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been playing right wing, and I think the reason why Scrub City has been doing so well is that Geezer has been playing and Whips has been filling in there nicely, because Whip plays center, and so does Geezer. So I think that's why they're being successful right now. They have somebody that's filling in for Geezer and doing pretty well right now.
It's paying off for them right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What about goaltenders, man? Your top goaltender of the week, man.
I would say.
I know mine. He may not be on the best team, but as far as performance-wise, as far as the number of shots this guy faces, is crazy, and he's still putting an 80% on there, 80.4 this week. Martini, man, faced 97 shots, man. He did give up all, but I mean, when you're facing that much shots, when you're on a team that's not doing so well, not so hot. I mean, they're right, trying to get into that playoff picture. But man, he's doing the work for that team.
Yeah. The only downside of that is that one of his losses is against the worst team in the league, and they only have 1 win, and it's against them.
Okay.
But I would say that my top goalie is definitely Valsey. He's got 173 saves, or 37 saves, for a 792, which is just below 800, but he still has 6 wins on his record, and he's played every game, so that's good because they're getting quality availability from this guy, and sometimes it's hard to find goalies in this league, so good on him.
I want to talk about Volsey since we got Hoagie on here, man. What do you think your guy between the pipes back there for you guys?
He's been solid all season for us so far.
Is this his first season here or no?
No, Valsey's been here.
He's been around. Okay.
But he's just playing. He's playing great this season for us, and he's making clutch saves when we need it, and we're trying to help him out on the front end, and he's playing great. He's playing excellent.
Okay. One other quick shout out. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Crazy?
Dog.
Crazy.
Okay. He's solid, man, for the
Riverhawks.
Yes. Still putting up 82% on there for the guy. So we'll see what happens. Those are our top performers. Hoagie, is there anybody we miss? Anybody you want to add into that list? Whether forward, defenseman, or goalie, don't matter.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have one more. Jay Sawyer. He is just on a tear right now.
Yes.
2 goals, 22 assists for 24 points in 7 games. That's pretty outstanding. He's running at a 3.43 points per game with 33 hits and 10 block shots, 37 interceptions. So, and 19 takeaways. For right now, he's definitely a star in my eyes. He's just been killing it.
Okay. So there's our leaders on here for this week. Um, I wanted to talk. I know you guys had other topics as well, right? That you guys wanted to get into, or there were some rumors going around, or
Well,
stuff
how
big
about
deal.
let's talk about the top free agent signings and RAs that have been coming into the league. And so for me, last week, Huncho Mikey came into the league. I believe he was signed by
The Riverhawks.
the Riverhawks for $4.5 million, and since he came into the league, he's played 3 games. He's got 3 goals. He's signed with Maggles. He's played 2 games, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points. So those were your top FAs last week, and then your new FAs for this week. Hold on one second. I'll pull
Yeah,
it up
Huncho
here.
Mikey was a big pickup for the Riverhawks, because I mean you got Jay Sawyer back there, Shrimp, Mizzy Mike, Pockets. I mean they got a solid squad here, man. They got a definitely solid squad that it's a dangerous team, man. This team is dangerous. If they get things going here, man, it's gonna be a tough team to stop. I think they brought in new guys, and give them a week or two. I think this team is gonna start tearing it up.
Yeah, I think so too, because Mikey's a really good center. Not only that, but he's a really good defensive center. He knows how to cycle the puck, knows how to pass, can shoot well. He's just an overall good freaking player. I've had some serious count with Mikey over the seasons, and dude's just a really good center. So it was a really good pickup for them.
Okay.
And Cabby's good too. So Cabby's gonna really get to help out the Maggles.
There's a question in the chat there. We were talking about the rookies and stuff. How many rookies are this year? Do we have a big rookies draft in this, or what? Or is it just as usual? Maybe Hoagie knows. As far as did we have a big list of rookies? Because a lot of the guys that we mentioned, these top performers are maybe the first year or maybe second season on here. So do we have a big rookie draft list or no?
We've never actually kept to look at for future seasons, but there's a lot of new guys in the draft this year that I've never seen before. So, I mean, it's always good to have new guys coming in, and I've never looked at the count of guys I haven't seen in the league before, but that's always good to know for future seasons to have for stuff like this.
I think for one thing is that a lot of these guys that come into the league, they normally leave afterwards.
Yeah,
because usually we take
Nikki P.
a month or so off. Yeah, like Nikki P. So they'll leave week 2, week 3, or whatever. They come back and then they get signed, and I guess they just get hop season to season. So a lot of these guys that come back. But I will say I will kick off, with week 3 RAs. So Fly was RA to Scrub City. Lambo goes to Oldies Only. I think Lambo is the Lambo that I know.
the Lambo, Sammy's Lambo. That
I haven't seen him in a while, man. That's a huge pickup right there if it is, man.
Yeah. So Torture 881 and Torture 881 signed with Riverhawk, or got RA to Riverhawks, and Zax Walrus went to Ice Hogs. Habs Fan 97333 went to Scrub City. Also a good player, plays wing and D. A Mercs 8771 went to the Maggles. Killer Shot went to the Warriors, and JT Diesel 2749, which is not ATS Diesel, who is already in the league, has gone to Maggles. No relation there.
Wow, that's some big names you mentioned there, Big D. And it's great to see a lot of these guys back in the league, or coming into the bar league here for this season. It seems like each week, a bunch of guys hopping in, man. So I'm excited. It's great to see the talent there, and it's great to see if they could help out these teams. Some of the teams, as far as ranking wise. Because right now it's anybody's game. I mean, everybody's 2 points maybe behind or ahead of somebody. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who do you think was the biggest pickup on there out of those names on there? Who do you think is going to bring the most to the team that needs it from that free A?
Well, I honestly think so. There was two ones I missed. There was so the FA biddings were today. It was either yesterday or today.
Yeah, the FA biddings were today.
Now, how does that work? Is it like every week or like how?
Yeah, so I can explain that. So FA biddings are every Saturday from 6 to 8 Eastern time. In order to have eligible to bid, you have to have a roster spot open. So rosters freeze at 5 o'clock Eastern on Friday, so you cannot send anyone down after that for them to go through the waiver process before they get sent down. So how the bidding works is it's a silent bidding essentially. So what you do is that once it starts at 6, you fill out a Google form. So you fill out your Discord name, what team you're affiliated with, what player you want to bid on in his position, and how much do you want to put on the player. And so then you submit it, and then you wait and hear back at 8 Eastern when the results get posted.
For guys in the chat there, I don't know what's up today with the stream. I mean, it's good now, but it was acting up for some reason. Maybe it was the weather or whatnot, but should be okay on here now. Did have a hiccup on there. It is what it is. It's called the internet on there. Stuff happens. I'm actually not hardwired on here tonight for some reason, but hopefully we'll go straight throughout here.
To go off of FAs, I think last week I think Huncho Mikey was a big pickup, but this week I'm surprised he went for this low amount of money. But Jingle Juice has came back to the league. So as everybody knows, he streams on Wednesday nights. But he, I guess, apparently moved some stuff around with his game nights with his friends or something like that. And he decided to come back to the league, and he signed with Scrub City for only $2 million.
Wow.
Which is an absolute steal. So me and Jingle played on the Trashers together, and we won a championship, and I'm pretty sure him and Stump were battling for the North, and he won it. So not only is he a great defenseman, but he took the last 2 games in our championship game against Sammy's team, and he won as the goaltender. So not only is he a great defenseman, he's a great goaltender, and not to mention he's a great fucking dude. Oops, I said the F word. But he is a great guy, and just really like the guy. So he's really, now that I'm saying this, I mean, Scrub City, I'm not going to lie, this team's going to be tough to beat.
Big D's taking his words back. No, man, you can't do that.
I'm going to be honest. Now that I've just seen this, it's like, holy man.
Well, listen, Jingle Juice knows what's up, man. He's watching the streams, and he couldn't get enough of it. That's why he wants to get back on the ice, and you can't blame the dude. So it's great to see. I love it. We know what the hype's about here, season number 9, and and he's on a great team. I think he's going to fit in real well over there on that Scrub City team.
He really is, because he's a really good player.
Now, is he going to do commentary against his team or what, man? We're going to see that on the is he going to take some bias on the commentary when he does the Scrub City game or what?
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know.
That's great. That's great, though. All right. All right. Um, did I miss anything? You guys had anything here for the show as far as topic wise? Listen, I apologize, fellas. I'm usually on top of my game. I have a whole list of what I want to go through. This week was hectic for me as far as work wise. That's why we're doing this show on a Saturday, because Friday was a no good, no go. But it did allow me to get the screens and get all this graphics and everything up for you guys to make the show better. Having Hoagie here helped as well. Anything? Any other topics, Big D, you had written up for tonight, or what?
I have something.
You have as well.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have some insider information. More insider information, I guess. So when Jingle has been keeping track of the special teams, the power plays, goals for, goals against this season. He usually posts it when he makes his big post on Wednesdays about who's going to be, he's streaming. But I got an updated copy of it that I will share with you guys here tonight to, see who has a great penalty kill, who's been killed on the power play, who has the most goals for, the most goals against.
Big D, we got to get this guy on the show more often, man. I mean, he's got our insight. He's got the scoop. And I think guys in the chat, guys watching the stream want all that, man. So, yeah, I'm all for it, man. It's Saturday night, why not?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So we'll go through the power play rankings. So first on the power play rankings is Scrub City at 42.86%. They have 12 power play goals through 28 attempts, which is great numbers for a power play so far through 2 weeks. In second place right now is Magels at 31 and a quarter. They have 5 goals on 16 attempts. In third is the Oldies at 29.41%. They have 5 goals on 17 attempts. Tied for fourth right now is the Riverhawks and the Ice Hogs, both at 25%. Riverhawks being 5 for 20 and the Ice Hogs being 3 for 12. And in last is the Warriors at 4.55%. 1 goal on 22 attempts on the power play.
Sorry.
Who got that one, though? Do we know who got that one goal?
I am not sure. That was not disclosed. So we can go through the penalty kill next. Big numbers on the penalty kill so far this season. In first is the Ice Hogs. They have successfully killed off 13 out of the 15 penalties. So 86.67% on the power play on the penalty kill right now. Whoops, I apologize. Scrub City coming in second with 12 successful penalty kills off 14 attempts. So an 85.71%. In third is the Oldies, 14 for 19. So almost 74%. In fourth is the Warriors, 18 out of 25, so 72%. In fifth is the Riverhawks, 15 out of 21, 71.43%. And in last, the Megals, 12 out of 21, 57.14. So there's a lot of high penalty kill numbers out there this season.
I think it's because of the A button.
The A button.
You know what's that I want to bring up, Hoagie? Yours, man. Not only are you putting up points, putting up goals. How about this? Hoagie leads the team in takeaways, 33, and INTs, 53. Man.
Don't talk about my giveaways. Okay, so we can keep on going down this list. Now we're going to go with goals for and goals against. So in first, the Riverhawks has scored 62 goals in 12 games, averaging 5.17 goals per game.
Wow.
That's a high-octane offense.
I didn't think that that was the case, but wow. I mean, looking at it right now, that's crazy. And they're, I mean, the team that's next to him is not even close, man. 62. What's next, whole game?
Next is Megals. They are averaging 4.18 goals per game, and they have 46 goals in 12 games.
Wow.
No, excuse me, 11. My apologies. In third right now is the Ice Hogs, averaging 4.09 goals per game with 45 goals scored in 11 games. Then we have a tie for fourth between the Oldies and Scrub City. Both averaging 4.08 points per game, with Scrub City having 49 goals in 12 games, and also the Oldies having 49 goals in 12 games. And in last is the Warriors. They're averaging 1.67 goals per game, and they've scored 20 goals over the 12 games.
Wow. And the top team there, the Riverhawks, 62 goals for. And you know who's doing most of the damage on that team, those two? It's a tie. Shrimp and Mizzy Mike, both with 13 goals each.
I will do it.
Yeah, Mizzy Mike's a good player. Sets up in the soft areas on the left-hand side of the ice, and he just takes one-timers. And then Shrimp's using a big build, so he's hard to knock off the puck. And he just goes and gets greasy goals.
We got a comment in the chat. Hey, Hoagie, you might want to sign up for LG with the stats like that, man.
I am playing an LG this season. It's not going great so far, so it's a little bit of a rough ride right now, but it's my first season, so I'm giving it a shot.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and we're gonna go with goals against average right now as the last topic in this photo here. Thank you to Jingle Juice, by the way, for getting these stats to me. So in first, with a 3.20 goals against per game, well, goals against right now, is the Riverhawks. They have the lowest goals against average right now at 3.2. In second is Scrub City at 3.43 goals against average through 12 games, of course, same with the Riverhawks. In third is the Ice Hogs through 11 games. They are at a 3.59 goals against average. In fourth is the Magals through 11 games. They have a 3.73 goals against average. In fifth is the Oldies with a 4.63 goals against average through 12 games. And then last is the Warriors. They're averaging 6.87 goals against per game. Goals against average per game in 12 games played.
And no surprise with the Magos on that list. You look at the Magos, any of the goaltenders they put in there. I want to see Section 8 back in the net there. He's got a perfect save percentage, a shutout on here. When are we going to see him on there? But this team is so great defensively. Magos squad lives on defense, and those goals against average there. Prove this on here as well.
Yeah,
is that it, Hoagie, or what?
Yeah, that's all. That's all the stats that Jingle keeps track of.
Thanks,
season,
buddy,
so.
man. Appreciate that. Big D, you mentioned about the signings, you know, the FARAs, whatever. What about was there any trades or any key trades that you see moves between the teams this week, or if we missed anything last week? Was there any key trades?
No trades.
No trades yet. Wow. Okay. So everything so far has been guys being picked up. They're taking. Nobody has pulled the trigger on a trade.
Not yet.
Not yet. When does that happen? Usually by week 3 or week 4 or what?
So there is a room. Well, there isn't a rumor. So I put my TR in actually. So I put my TR in on. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday or something, because I play for the Warriors right now, and it is just a complete mess. So basically what happened was I got drafted by the Warriors, and The owners are Dad Smith and Mullen, and I think what happened was Mullen was not ready for the responsibility of taking on the team. So the last couple weeks he just kind of disappeared, and Dad Smith, like, he works a lot, so it kind of just our team just kind of went to shambles, and there
Was
was
that the
one
reason why
time.
some of those forfeits or what? Right? Because I saw some of those.
Yeah, so Tuesday we had a lineup, and we only had 6 guys available, and one of our guys never showed up, which was our management. So I had to form a lineup, and then I formed the lineup, and then we couldn't play. So I had to call the forfeits. But I guess apparently that night, Dad Smith had a huge migraine. He was just not feeling well. He passed out earlier because the dude works a ton. And he basically came in and was like, "Hey, I'll help you with this team. I'm not going to run this team. I'll help you." And then Mullen just disappeared. Like, he went to Florida and something happened. So it's like, okay, well, I can get on board that, like, things are not right now. The management's nowhere to be found, but, like, they're not doing anything. Like, the team's in shambles. We've won one game, and there's nothing happening. No one's being signed. There's no trades being made. There's no talent coming in to help us. So, and I remember having this conversation with Mullen. I think it was like a week and a half ago, and I told him, I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion here. If you're going to trade somebody and you're going to bring somebody in, your best option is to trade me. I don't want to be traded, but your best option is to trade me, because I can play goalie and I can play any part of the wing. So you're going to get more of a return from me than trying to send somebody out who isn't that great, and you're not going to get anybody great in return." So I offered him, "Hey, your best option is probably to trade me." So he listened to it. Obviously, nothing happened, and our team hasn't done anything. So I was like, you know what? I'll stick around, and we'll see what happens. So a week goes by, we lose every game. Another week goes by, we lose every game except one. And I was like, you know what? Nothing's happening. Nothing's nothing's getting done. We're not getting better. And not only that, but our management is non-existent. So that's why I put my TR in. So right now, I'm on the trade block. I'm hearing rumors that people are talking about me. I don't know who's talking about me, but that's the issue right now, is I put my TR in. I'm available. So that's what's going on with the Warriors. It's just shambles right now.
Well, listen, man. I mean, when you have ownership, that's where it starts from. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I mean, there's been schedule wise, that's very unfortunate, especially for that team, because where they are placed right now, it's not the prettiest place you want to be. But there's still time. There's still a long season ahead. But yeah, if any team on there that needs to pull the trigger, it's them. I mean, right now things are not working well. There's a lot of talents coming in each week, but something's got to be done, because I mean, one week goes by, another week goes by, you only got one win. That's tough. That's almost duplicating the same week. Now here we're going week 3. Things are not done on here. The Warriors, I mean, listen, but like I said, I mean, it all starts with the ownership on that as well, from the draft, and then moving along with that. You can't wait too long either. I mean, you wait too long, you put it to the side. Soon you'll know it's week 3, week 4, and like, oh man, and then by then you can't do anything. So. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on there. That's another news, man. I mean, we're getting a lot of news and updates here. And I know I got a message about the show. That's what guys want to hear. Stuff like that. Having interviews here, guests on here. We're going to try to do that for you guys each week. We had the big All-Star announcement here as well earlier on. So that's what we bring you guys here for the Bar League Hockey here, week 2. Is there anything else here before we close out? I know we're at the 11 o'clock hour on here. I think we ran through most of the stuff on this. And like I said, I apologize. I was not really prepared here today, but next week, and we should be back on our regular scheduled time for next week as well.
I just wanted to say one thing. I was going to say this last week, but I just love this league. I mean, I know that it's a banana league, and from talk around other leagues, like this league doesn't get a whole lot of love, and I just for me, I love this league. I've been here since the beginning, and I just think that I know from the beginning that me and management kind of rubbed off kind of wrong. Like I used to hammer them on certain issues. I used to hammer on Hoagie a lot, but at the same time, I love this league. I think it's ran very well. Some people will disagree. So that's shout out to league management, mostly Chad and Pickles. I think they run a tight ship here. And not only that, but I think it's good for our league that we do this. We do this, weekly recap, and Jingle does the streaming during the week, and I just think it's growing, and I would love this league to keep growing. And I just want to say high praise to Chad and Pickles and other league management to keep this going, because a lot of leagues, when they deal with adversity, they crumble. And for this league to be going on or in their 9th season, I think it's pretty outstanding, and a lot of credit to league management. So,
yeah, listen, when I first heard about this league, Bar League, there was other leagues going on as well. I was covering other leagues, and a lot of those folded, man, gone. Not exist. They try to rebuild them. But not this league. This league's been going. And listen, it's not always about the size of the league. It's also, when you have a good, tight community, it's what makes it great, what makes it fun. You don't need like 30 teams, or that doesn't make, make the league great. It's more of the quality, that you put out there. And
it's more the people that that have been here from season to season, right, that keep on coming back. It's the same crew, that for the most part, with new people, coming in, but it's been mostly the same crew for like all 9 seasons. I mean, we've had some guys that have been part of the crew that joined in later seasons, but they keep on coming back. They keep on playing. It's always greatly appreciated, the guys that are sticking around and helping us grow this league. I mean, we had a couple of bumps. We were at 8 teams at one point, but then we got back down to 4, and it's just we've had some rough patches. Yes, I mean every league has, but it's a great spot here. Like Dee said, I'm also an OG. I've been here since the start, and it's one of those leagues that you can't leave. It's great here, and it's we hope to get back up to 8 teams and keep getting better, keep getting more teams as seasons go along. Yeah. So,
well, listen, a lot of leagues took a hit, especially last year. Guys were just fed up with the game, or just the different consoles, old gen, new gen, and switching from old gen, new gen. So, leagues definitely took hit on that. But it's what you do to get things going, And listen, would you want to be a part of a league that's got like 20 teams, but then you got like forfeits every week? You got teams dropping out, you got owners doing, or you want to have more like 10, 12 teams, but a much smoother trail? I'd rather be for that 10, 12, because that's what
It's more quality over quantity is what we're looking for here. We want quality owners more than quantity owners, kind of thing. We might only be 6 teams, but we've got we've got quality owners in the league this season, and if we expand again, we'll hopefully get more quality owners that keep on coming back.
And that's the thing, man. I mean, from my history, like a lot of leagues try to jump too quick, man. Sometimes they're not ready for it. They jump too quick, make that jump to more teams, and then in the end, they end up just hurting themselves. You know what I mean? So, but I think here with the ownership, all the as well as the guys that are running behind the scenes stuff, got really good history. They got really, knowledge of 6v6 hockey, and I only see this league growing and positive from here on. We try to bring as much coverage to you guys as possible as well. Bottom line is, we want everybody to have fun. If you're not having fun and we're not having fun, me and Big D wouldn't be doing these shows on here. We didn't, appreciate the league. We didn't appreciate, on here. And I don't know, Big D, man. You got me kind of thinking maybe Mr. Hollywood's got to get on the ice, man, here soon, man. Maybe I got to help some of these teams out there, man. I mean, Jingles is coming down. Maybe Mr. Hollywood week 3.
We need to do, I've been pestering Greatness to get on because that dude is a great player. But
he sold his Xbox, didn't he?
Sold his Xbox. And
the thing is, I got I got the console, I got the game, I just don't play. But
man, we got to get on the ice with you.
Okay.
That'd be a funny thing.
Maybe I'll jump in first on some of those late night games, man. That's what I'll do. The kids are asleep when I'm not doing video edits and stuff, man. I think that's where I'll hop on first because I haven't played in a while. But I got the game and I got the system. It's just collecting dust. Well, guys, man, I appreciate you guys being on here. Hoagie, you've been tremendous. You gave us stuff like we didn't even know the content. If you guys didn't hear it, we got the All-Star announcement, or check the show. I'll have the recording. The recording will be on here. We decided to stream it on YouTube, so it'll be up there. So you ain't got to worry about Twitch taking it off or not being on there. It's going to be on there. And we're always looking to add new stuff. We added new layouts here this week. You look at week 1, you look at week 2, tremendous improvement. And I'm going to be adding more stuff too. Maybe I'll get the chat here on screen for you guys or stuff like that. And we're gonna try to get more guests as well. We try to aim to get maybe a guest each week if possible. So anybody playing the league want to hop on here with me and Big D on camera or not, it doesn't matter. And or if you get hit up by Big D or myself and we ask, even if you hop on for 15, 20 minutes, it helps out the show, helps out the league, and we'll try to get more players from different teams.
Yeah, it'd be great. I have a few people in mind that I want to ask to try and get on the show, but just depends on their availability and everything. But just thanks for Hoagie for coming on and talking with us, and it's a great stream tonight. A lot of stuff to talk about, and look forward to next week.
Thank you, as always, gentlemen, for inviting me on. It was a pleasure, as always.
Awesome. All right, well, that's
recap show went well.
Nice. That's gonna do it. On behalf of Hoagie, Big D, and myself here for Bar League Hockey. That does it. We're gonna sign out, and we'll see you guys next week. Good luck to the teams here in week 3.
See you guys.